Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. All right, I want to record this right now in this very moment just to capture some real frustration. So I'm making spreadsheets and stuff, right, for Brian and PT Dom, right? Everything's good. And I've expressed before, just not really a fan of the, hey, it needs to be done literally yesterday. Now, go. Like I've expressed, I've expressed on here that I felt like I'm almost on eggshells. But I really want this because it's affording me this $500 payment I don't have to pay it, as long as I'm putting in time and hours and stuff like that. So I want to do that for sure. Oh man, dude, but it's frustrating because I've made some of these spreadsheets. Now I know that I made them, so I know them like the back of my hand. I know how everything works. I know where things are at. I know how it's calculated. I get that. So for somebody brand new coming in and looking at it, it might seem daunting. And I think that is literally life in a nutshell. But he has said, so he put me in a group chat with this girl named Ashley, because this is what he says. He says, so he puts me in a group chat with, probably shouldn't say names, I don't know. Put me in a group chat. He says, hey, this is so-and-so. We have a sample spreadsheet we're using, but I want hers to be very simple and easy to use and have a way to track and monitor compliance. If you could help her build this out, maybe get on a call with her and ask her what her process looks like for check-ins to make this a very easy to use plug-and-play sheet that's simple in all caps for her staff. I said, what's up? More than happy to help. She says, amazing. I said, what are we trying to build for your team? Just some basic spreadsheets for tracking some data. She says, exactly. Weekly client compliance as well based on check-in. I said, I've actually got one pre-built for this exact thing. It tracks client check-ins and it shows their compliance for the last week, last 2 weeks, last month, etc. Brian says, I just don't want it to be complex. The MDM one is too complex, which is the one that I made. I'm just now hearing about it being too complex for the first time. So that's what he said. I took a screenshot of what I made. I said, this is what I'm talking about. And then he says, too complex, needs to be simpler. The format looks confusing by itself. 010 at the top stuff. Needs to be a cleaner layout for an easier user experience. Once you have it, I want you to call her and help her get it set up on it. So what I did was I just removed everything. I just hid everything that wasn't important. So you tell me, Mr. and Mrs. Listener, is this confusing? Very first column, we have numbers 1 through however many. And that just lets you know how many clients you have. Then we have a spot for the client name. That's it. Then we have a spot for notes. So we got Bob Smith. Any notes? Yeah, he sucks ass at checking in on time. Okay, that's it. That is everything. Then the next 500 columns are checkboxes. And at the very top, it has the date. So you look at the client name. Did they check in? Yes or no? Look at the date. It's May 31st. Okay. Did they check in? Check it off if they did. If they didn't, leave it blank. That's it. There is nothing that can be simplified here. It's yes or no, name, notes. That's it. And a date. So when he says that it's too complex, I don't know. Beforehand, what was making it look complex was at the top, there is a total check-ins completed, and it looks at the entire column, and all it does is it counts how many checkboxes are checked off. That tells you how many people checked in. So if the number's 10, that means 10 people checked in. That's it. The number below it, it says total check-ins today. That's how many check-ins are due today. So if you have 20 clients, that means there's 20 check-ins due. If 10 people checked in, then 10 total check-ins are completed out of 20 total check-ins. And at the very top of that, there's a percentage. What's the percentage of people who checked in? So I hid that. That's too complex. And I made the dates much bigger, and I showed the full date because before it was just a number, which if you just fucking think about the whatever, it's all good. Then I don't get it, dude. It's just frustrating because it's like, what? Dude, don't say something is a certain way, especially if I'm creating it for you, and then not provide me any kind of feedback or suggestions on how I can make it simpler. You know, because I'm dumbfounded. What do you mean, dude? I don't know. I don't know. Here's the other thing that I was going to say. So he sends this text out to me and her, and that's cool. But that leads me to believe that I am doing customized work for all of his students whenever they need it. And it would be almost like a sin for me to email all of these people individually and say, hey, I'm with PT Dom. I can make you a spreadsheet. Just let me know. I'd love to work for you. That makes you feel like that I'm going to get in trouble if I do that or something, because it seems like I'm the guy and then I'm just an added resource or an added bonus for when people sign up because they got a guy, what do they call that? A spreadsheet guy in-house spreadsheet guy, whatever they call it. So that makes me feel like I'm just capped already. You know, $31 an hour, I'm never going to get more than that. And I am kind of just doing what everybody else wants. Dude, I'll tell you what, some of this shit is just, it is complex on the back end. I mean, I get frustrated making it and it sucks ass. But when I figure it out and I finish it, dude, it's great. There's nothing about this visually that is complex. I know that I made it. I know that I understand how everything works. I know where everything's at. I know somebody coming in has no idea what they're looking at. I'm fully aware of that. But dude, it's 3 columns, a number, a name, and notes. Everything after that is checkboxes. That's it. Think of graph paper. That's what the spreadsheet looks like. That's it. So to think that I'm capped at 31 and I'm doing custom work for all the students, because that's what this group chat proves to me. We have a sample spreadsheet we're using, but I want hers to be very simple and easy to use and have a way to track and monitor compliance. Dude, what the fuck did I make that whole ass big project for spreadsheet for business tracking? That's not too complex. I didn't even fucking make the thing. I wouldn't have even made it that way. That just, dude. Ooh, man. Honestly, like I just run through my head like all the numbers. How could I just bail and still be okay financially? Truth is, I would absolutely still be okay financially. I would just have to subtract $500 a month from everything. Now, as long as I'm getting paid from Mina, then we're fine. I'm still positive, still making money, still able to put away for savings, still able to pay off debt. But it does throw a wrench into the very end of this because I would have to pay. So we'd have June, July, August, September, I believe. I think that's it. Let me actually check when my first payment was. I'm sure I could check that. I'm actually going to pause and come back. Hold on. Okay, I found it. So it is my first payment was October. So that means my last would be September. So we have June, July, August, September. It's 4 months, $2,000. So it's $2,000 less that I'd have for everything by the end of this. And I'm not trying to just jump ship and call it quits and stuff. But dude, I don't know, man. I don't have to do this. I'm doing it because I don't know. I want to make money for sure. I want to make money doing stuff that I find interesting and that is interesting to, or that is fun for me, exciting for me. But what's most frustrating is you hired me to do a job. I did the job. It's completed. Everything's good. weeks go by, you say, hey, I need you to make this for one of my students. Other one was way too complex. Why am I now just finding out about that? So I actually messaged him privately. Said, yo, dude, I love your feedback on the work I do so I can make better outcomes for what you and the team need. If the MDM tracker is too complex, what about it specifically makes it feel that way, and where would you like me to focus on simplifying it? I think it's a fair question. And dude, I don't know. I think what most upsets me or perturbs me, perturb. We looked this word up before on the show. I think so. What most perturbs me is feeling like I cannot reach out to people one-on-one, offer to do personalized work for them, because it's like, why am I in the, I don't know, maybe I'll just do it, and if I get hammered, then it is what it is. Kind of want to post in the group chat right now, does anybody need an operations guy like 1 or 2 hours per day? Should I just do that right now? Should I do it right now, dude? Fuck it, huh? Because if I can get another gig like Mina and just work, imagine I get 2 more gigs like Mina and I'm working 1 hour a day for so-and-so and another hour a day for so-and-so. That would be fantastic. I wonder if I should. I don't know if I should post that in the group, dude. I honestly don't even give a shit, to be honest with you. The worst case scenario is I get fired and I have to owe the $2,000. That's the worst case scenario. Am I cool with that? I mean, that blows, but should I do it? What should I say? Let me draft up a text. Is anyone looking for an operations I don't know, an operations, I don't know, position, an operations, what am I trying to even say? Is anyone looking for an operations? I want to say manager. I want to say manager, though. Is anyone looking for an operations person to help out with systems and processes in their business? Things like data tracking, things like data analysis and tracking, employee hours and pay, auditing of all SOPs, auditing of SOPs and back-end structure. All things relating to software development, spreadsheets, Notion databases and pages for your entire team. Spreadsheets, Notion databases and pages for your entire team. All that. I'm actually going to start this thing off with, I currently do all the above for Mina E and would love to help 1 to 2 more businesses out if you need a guy for 1 to 2 hours a day. All right, is anyone looking for an operations person to help out with systems and processes in their business? Things like data analysis and tracking, employee hours and pay, auditing of SOPs and back-end structure. All things relating So honestly, all things relating to software development, spreadsheets, Notion databases, and pages for your entire team, all that. Anything with ever fit as well. I currently do all the above for Mina. Mina in this group, and would love to help 1 to 2 more businesses out if you need a guy for 1 to 2 hours a day. I geek out over this stuff. Okay, copy. Let's see what happens, dude. And then we're going to go to the group chat. Okay. Final read. Is anyone looking for... Oh, fuck it, dude. Send it. So it's sent. Is anyone looking for an operations person to help out with systems and processes in their business? Things like data analysis, tracking players, and pay, auditing, SPs, honestly, all things related to software development, spreadsheets, social media, blah, blah, blah. All that. Anything with Everfit as well. I currently do all the above for me in this group, and I would love to help 1 to 2 businesses out. If you need a guy for 1 to 2 hours a day, geek out over this stuff. All right, well, I guess we'll see what happens. Also, dude, is somebody reaching out to buy my shit? I have a couple things listed on Marketplace to sell. I got a chair and my monitors. Had some guy come and look at the chair, and he said, do you mind if I just think about it? I said, no worries, dude. He said, I'm honestly just worried. I'm a bigger guy. I don't know if this chair can support me. Yeah, so I guess we'll see what happens from this group chat thing. Hold on, I'm going to go ahead and shut my blinds 1 second. Hold on. I guess I don't need to pause, huh? All right. Okay, good to go. Okay, so what else happened today? So just working for Mina, trying so hard to get everything completed. The other thing that I wanted to share was I recorded a 15-minute video going over the entire onboarding process for the team. I have trainer eyes. Brian Abarakavakra. Does it have to be Everfit? I have trainer eyes. I have a bit of experience with trainer eyes. It can be whatever. I just have used Everfit the most. Okay. I'm honestly just waiting for a text or a call from Brian that's like, hey, that's how he makes me feel, straight up. So it is what it is. But recorded this video for the whole team for Mina and MeFit. 15-minute video that goes over the entire onboarding process of what I'm working on. I'm just seeking feedback and all that stuff. And I get notified because I use Neato on the first view. So whenever it's viewed, I get an email that says, hey, it's been viewed for the first time. So the second that I sent that video in the group chat, it was viewed, hasn't been viewed since, and nobody sent me any kind of feedback in the what? Sorry, I was just reading this thing on Neato. I haven't had a view since, and I sent this text. What time did I send that? Oh, I guess I didn't send it that long ago. Dude, it was only 3 hours ago? The fuck? Feels like forever ago. That's so weird. Sent it then, and only one view. There's 10 people in the group. I don't know. Dude, what's up, babe? Would I be a shitty business owner, bro? Or do I just have fucking wacky standards? Oh, man. I don't know, man. Things like this get me down. I try to not let them, but it's like, I don't know. I think all of this stems to communication, because if you think something's complex and I didn't know about it, that means you just took it at face value and you didn't even try to communicate with me what needs to be changed, what could be simpler, what could be better, what could be improved. And you just took it as if that's my best work and I think that's why I get kind of, about it. You know what I mean? I want to message this other guy. There's another Brian. What's his? Brian Abarca. I'm going to message him, bro. Hey, dude. What's up? I have a bit of experience in trainer eyes. What the fuck? Trainer eyes, but most stems from Everfit. I do all this stuff for Mina. And I'm just looking for businesses that need some help with all things back end, no client facing. Brian, let's see, B-Mark brought me into this group chat because I'm the, quote, spreadsheet guy. That's why I'm even in there. All right, cool. Tell you what, dude, if I can get one business that's like, hey, we'll do you 2 hours a day or even 1 hour a day, I'm out. Fuck PT. No, that sounds horrible. Not fuck PT Dom. I don't want to work under leadership that's like that. I don't have to. I feel like between right this very second and in the next 4 months, I'm in a position to where I have more wiggle room to be picky, choosy over the work that I have. And if I have full control over that, I'm going to say, if you're a dick, I'm good. Appreciate you. We'll talk later. Dude, it's nothing even personal. It's just like, communicate with me. I don't know. So anyway, if I can get just, well, I mean, I did the math, right? So if we can just get, where did I have that? Let me pull it up again. I got a page. Deferred or not. Is it this one? My financial one. Sheet 34. Where did I do this at? Oh, right here. So 2 hours a day, every day of the month, 16. Well, what did I say that this was? Slightly off because there's more than whatever. So it doesn't matter. So 2 hours a day, $30 an hour. 2 hours a day at $30 an hour is $420 a week. And if I just did that combined with Mina, and Mina hours will definitely only go up. So if I had, for example, 2 hours with Mina and then 2 hours with this another business, it's 4 hours. 4 hours a day puts me at $33.60 a month. And in order for me to survive, I need a grand whopping total of $29.34. Everything, well, I guess it would be, oh, that doesn't even factor in? Wow. Need a grand whopping total. Wait, is this factor in? No. Wait, what? Wait, so if I cancel this out, I understand. Okay. I need a grand whopping total of $29.34 per month to survive. Now, obviously, with taxes and saving and all that stuff, because I have to do that myself. If this is all being paid under the table, got to report it for taxes, right? And then, yeah. So my hours will only go up with Mina, and I'm willing to bet that by, dude, there's a hold on. There's a call. There's a call that I had with Mina. He mentioned, that was when I got emotional, too smart for my own good. What episode was that? Let me see if I can go back and find, oh, got it. Fuck, hold on, let's see. Let me go to too smart for my own good. When would that be? Too smart for my own good. One-on-one with Mina. plus new job responsibilities. Got the job plus my 6-month plan. Can quit my job now. It's official. I now make 6 figures. Episode 550 is called I Now Make 6 Figures. I don't even remember naming it that. Dude, am I dumb? Sitting here having a revelation. I make 6 figures. But a month and a half ago, I don't know. New chapter, new projects. Feeling refreshed and excited again. Fork in the road. Episode 541. What if I completely changed course? That was 2 months ago that I decided to bail out on fitness coaching, dude. Discouraged, frustrated, and more. Is it this one? Should we check this transcript? Okay, well, there's no transcript available. I love that. I've been doing a successful day. I want a team call. I don't know. But I have one call where he mentioned if you worked 20 hours a week and then blah, blah, blah. And I was like, 20 hours a week. So that leads me to believe that I could be working at least, that's 20 hours a week. But if I, dude, for fuck's sake, what's going on with my voice, bro? Okay. That leads me to believe, all that to say, God damn, I think 4 hours a day is totally doable and possible and likely by October 1st. I believe that, and I could be wrong. I think I'm going to have to talk with Mina here in the next couple weeks. Dude, I hate having to feel like I have to negotiate with other people about my pay, bro. Like, I don't want to have to answer to somebody else for my pay. Bro, frustrating. Feel like I'm still working for the man, but Mina's way cool, so it's fine. But anyway, so for fuck's sake, it's back on topic. So we're at 6 hours a day, all this stuff. It's $5,040 every month. So pay taxes on that. Let's just say it's 30% for everything. I'm gonna have to pay for some insurance and shit on there as well. Brings me down to $3,500. I'm still in the green. We're good. Actually, I'm doing 20% because I think, yeah. So that'd bring me down to $4,000. Still $1,000 positive per month. We're fine. So, and that's not even accounting for the 4 additional paychecks that I would get. So that would be an extra $5,040. Oh yeah, duh. Per week. Sorry, per year. Split over 4 different months of payment. 3 different months of payment. Anyway, so if I could do that, long story short, if I could just land one more business, do 2 hours a day, or just even one, just for now, dude, then I'm peacing out from the PT Dom thing, and then we'll do that. Well, I don't know, man. It's kind of shitty because that's my... Got to be strategic here because, for example, if I get a business here and I'm working extra hours, then, I mean, like I got this opportunity from PT Dom. The whole reason why I even know of Mina because of PT Dom. So this has been one hell of an opportunity provider, 100%. I guess I need to do a better job of acknowledging that and seeing it for what it is, which is... Wouldn't even have this opportunity with Mina if I didn't join PT Dom. Wouldn't have this opportunity with Brian if I didn't join PT Dom, obviously. But I kind of want to just get on social media again and reach out to just people that follow fitness coaches, business, say, hey, I am affiliated with PT Dom. I don't know, send you an email. I don't know. If you need any operations people working on the back end, let me know, and I can just go from there. And then, I don't know, dude. I want to say I'm frustrated. I'm not frustrated. I'm just annoyed, bro. I feel like I'm not making any progress. I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels, you know. I don't know, man. What would make me feel like I'm not? I think it would just be if I just was learning more code, and if I had something to build, and if I had something to, if I was on YouTube and doing that stuff, I think I would feel good about that direction, like I'm actually doing something. Right now, I feel like I know I'm working on stuff for Mina. I know this might be a cool payout, and it might be cool to build out and just for the experience. I mean, I've learned more about Notion doing this than anything else, and I think that's a valuable skill. It's funny because when I got tasked to make a Dropbox sorted folder thingy on a spreadsheet, it's so funny, dude, because Brian says this shit's too complex, but then he wants his Dropbox organized on a spreadsheet. My first thought was, why wouldn't that be a doc? Why wouldn't that be a document? Because you just embed a link into text. Why do you even need a document? Dropbox already has folders and links. And it's so weird to me, dude. Dropbox already is organized by itself. You have folders, you put all the shit in there, that's a folder. You put that folder in other folders. Categorize folders by the theme or by the event or the date. Why the fuck would I put it on a spreadsheet? That's so weird to me, dude. But anyway, when I was doing that, Nick reached out. Nick is the media guy, videographer guy. And he said, because I said, dude, this would look so good in Notion. What do you think? He says, oh, Brian hates Notion. And now I'm like, oh, yeah, it checks out because Notion at first is a biatcha. What episode did I talk about Notion? I think I tried to figure this out the other day. Notion. There's no way I said Notion in every one of these episodes, dude. Notion. Okay, episode 510. Episode 510. So I tried it out back then. I said, ooh, nice. But then I said, ooh, fuck this. This is too complex. I didn't say that. I think I felt that way, though. It's because I didn't know what I was doing. Now I know exactly what I'm doing for the most part. There's still a lot of things that I... See, the part of me, a little side tangent, part of me hates that I don't know everything because I just built everything. What don't I know that could simplify or make everything easier? There's a button on here that's send a webhook. I don't know what that does. There's a button on here that says define variables. I tried to look into that, but I couldn't figure it out. I don't know what the fuck it is. So would those things be better? Would those things make it worse? Would those things... I've spent all this time... My neighbors are so fucking loud. What are you doing? I spent all this time building this. Could it be way better if I knew what these things did because I'm missing out on the power that these things have to offer? That haunts me. But anyway, any responses in the group? Shall we check? No. Can I see how many people read this? I don't think I can. Can I click on it and it'll tell me? Can I see who's... Read receipts. Chat members won't be able to see when you've read their message and you won't be able to see when they've read yours. Okay, I'm going to turn that on. Wow, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people who have seen this. Come on. It's all good. What was I saying? Before the side tangent? Oh, yeah. Makes sense why he would hate Notion because at first glance, it's so complex, you know? There's so much shit going on everywhere. That's why people sell templates because it's just so hard to figure shit out. Even the templates are hard. I get that. I fully understand that it's easy for me because I made it. I know where everything's at. I get that. I 100% get that. But it's not like I made a goddamn blueprint on how to build a rocket. It's just like check box if yes, don't check if no. Date at the top. Is the date at the top today? Then okay, it's not. Then don't use that one. Find the one that's today's date. If it's today's date, click the box. Bob Smith checked in, click it. If you didn't check in, you leave it blank. That's it. Dude, oh, man, dude. It's just, I need a soundboard so I can just play some funny shit, dude. I don't know, man. I think what would make me feel just much better overall is if I just had some other project that I was working on that I could see that was just making me, I could see that it was making me better. I could see kind of like the whole podcast, I mean, we're almost to episode 600, dude. Never mind the number. It's just 600 days in a row I've done this. I think technically once I get to the 600, it'll actually be 599 because I made episode 1, then skipped a day, then episode 2, something like that. But whatever. But it's like I'm 600 days deep. I've done 100 days in a row 6 times consecutively. And I don't know, man. I want to have something like that going for me, but for something that part of me feels like this podcasting thing doesn't really teach me as much as I would want it to. Sure, I get to vent and rant about shit and just talk. It's like I get a little one-on-one with myself every day, and I just talk about whatever. But I'm not learning anything while I do it. And what I'm really getting at here is that whole idea that I've had, haven't really done much with it. I did it one day, and that was to just write about code and to just teach it as I go, make projects, not 100% for the sake of teaching people, but for the sake of actually teaching myself and hammering home these things and learning how to code and stuff like that. Because truthfully, that's what I want to do. I'm just trying to get paid, and that's what all this Notion shit's about. That's what all this Brian shit's about. And I don't know, man. I need money. I want to get out of debt. Getting out of debt would allow me a lot of different freedoms. Go figure. Like literally, they're shackles. It's like, but it's not like shackles. Like, oh no, how could they? It's like I was stupid with money, and I just kept putting shit on credit cards and loans and whatever else, and I just didn't pay it back. Not that I didn't pay it back. I have to. Like I have 100% payment history. I've never missed a payment. Never been late on a payment ever in my life. Lost my whole train of thought. Oh yeah, so it's not like I'm bad with money. My credit score is like 350 or something like that. But I don't know. Just need money. Want to get out of debt. Getting out of debt would free up like $800 a month for me, and that would be game changing. Not to mention that combined with all this, that would be awesome. So if I could just, I don't know. Maybe I ought to consider going back to FedEx part-time just for some extra money. Because if I just work 2 days a week, it's $400, $1,600 a month with taxes. We'll just call it $1,200 extra a month for the next, by the time I got the job, either 3 months. So $3,600. I don't know, man. Don't need a job, but maybe it would be beneficial for me to do so if I can't get something else figured out, or I can't get more hours with Mina. I don't know. Either way, I do have a spot lined up with FedEx. I mean, the guy, his name's Jared. It's so odd to me that I I just called in. I said I'm not coming in because fuck the manager. And Jared, boss was like, hey man, you put us in a pickle. That sucked. However, we want good drivers. You're a good driver. We'd love to have you. And it's like, dude, I fucked you over though. And he's like, oh yeah, it's all good. I think it's interesting, but kind of random, but not to mention still have to sell my monitors. I'm trying to sell this chair. And when that goes through, I'm assuming I'll get, total like 300, 400. So that'll be a nice little bonus or a nice little boost to the finances. I don't know. I didn't factor any of that stuff in. I never factor in anything that's extra, just so it's kind of like, just planning for the worst. Like if I never got that money, I planned to not have it anyway. So if it's there, it's extra, then it's extra and it's good. If not, didn't plan for it. Not worried about it, But this might be a longer show. I'm just gonna keep on going. Another thing that really makes me feel like shit, talked about it, is just waking up late. And for me, waking up late, it's like, I think yesterday. Yeah, I texted Lexi. I was like, "Oh, good evening," because I woke up at like 9:30. Dude, for me, I just feel gross. 9:30? Oh my Lord, it's so late. That's really how I feel. And I'm sure it has everything to do with me having a job that made me have to get up around 3:30 to 4 every day for the last year and a half. I'm sure. Because before that, I was working FedEx in Colorado and then in Arizona, and I always had to wake up around 6:30, 7 to get to the terminal on time, whatever. So I think it's just like I've had hold on. What did I do before FedEx? The fuck did I do? Oh, I was at Smith's. Dude, right before FedEx, I was at Smith's. It was my second time being employed by Smith's, which is Kroger or Ralph's or Fry's, whatever, wherever you're from. U.S. Kroger. Fun fact, Kroger is the second biggest grocer behind Walmart, but they're not even international. Walmart is international, yet Kroger is number 2, and they're only in the U.S. That's fucking crazy. Anyway, and this was as of however many years ago. I don't know if that's true or not, so don't sue me. I also couldn't give a fuck, so whatever. So anyway, I was on my second venture with Smith's, and I was the produce manager. Was not prepared for that role, which is funny. I love to reflect. And I had to wake up most days. I'm not even shitting you when I say this. At 2. I had to wake up at 2 so that I could get there by 3. So that I could work 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then peace out. And then before that, what was I doing? So I was still at Smith's, but I was actually at the Smith's in Layton, Utah, which is actually right down the road from where I live now. And I was working normal hours. It was random. So some days it was, 8 to 4. Some days it was 7 to 3, 6 to 2, 11 to 7. Moral of the story is maybe I just haven't been able to consistently just sleep in. Voice crack, Central City, Springville, Utah, whatever. Haven't been able to consistently sleep in for years, for over half a decade. Not a flex, it's just fact. It is what it is. So maybe that's why I feel like shit. I've just not slept in half a decade. Again, not a flex, just a matter of fact, just is what it is. Not saying that I never slept in those 5 years. I'm sure I have, but generally speaking, it's just kind of like, just wake up early. So going back to what I said, I think that makes me feel kind of shitty as well, because in my head, if I wake up at 9, it's like, for one, I told Mina I'd work 8 to 10. I'm honestly fine with how this is. I know that I said and committed to 8 to 10, but if I'm working 10 hours a day, I feel like there's no room for anyone to get mad at me for not working 8 to 10 if I'm working 10 to fucking 8, That's funny. I didn't even mean for those numbers to be mirrored like that, but 8 to 10, 10 to 8. That's how it is, dude. Like, why are you going to... So anyway, makes me feel kind of shitty for that reason. Makes me feel shitty like I didn't even get to see the sun come up, One of my most favorite things, and Lexi will tell you this, I think I've said this before, word for word, but in the morning, when we wake up, I go over to the window and I go, best part, and I flip the blinds open and the sun is right over the mountains. It's beautiful. The sun is hitting the carpet. I don't have carpet. Hitting my rug, my one of 3 rugs, or hitting the carpet. Yeah, I do have carpet. I was thinking carpet in my office. There it is. It's beautiful. It's warm. You can see the little dust particles or whatever you call them. And it's just the best part of every morning. And I've been waking up so late that the sun's already like, I don't know what the proper measurement would be. Fucking 12 miles above the mountains. I don't know what the measurement is, dude. 2 thumb lengths above the mountains. If you put your thumb up, as a measurement. I don't know. So the sun's already up. I feel like it's not the crisp early morning. I can't go outside and feel that cool breeze shit. It's just already warm. And that's Arizona. There's shit from March to December. It's just the lowest it gets, I swear, is 90 degrees. But anyway, okay, let's wrap this up. So I just feel like shit when I wake up late. And because I wake up late, everything else is kind of pushed back. So, if I would wake up at 6 and start work at 6:30 and did the 2 hours for Mina, I would finish at 8:30. To think that I'm quote unquote done working at 8:30 in the morning. Now, of course, I'm not going to be done working and not doing anything. I'm going to go piss off the day. Of course not. But the thought that responsibility is done and I could, at 8:30, I could sleep for 4 hours, wake up, and it's only noon. That's so cool to me. I'm not going to do that. But I could go on a solo hike if I wanted. Probably won't, but I could. I could go for a run, in which I'm going to do a lot more. I could go to the gym. I could go visit with family. I could do a lot. And just, I don't know, man. I love the idea of waking up early and doing my shit, but fuck going to bed earlier than like 10 or 11. It just sucks, dude. Like right now it's 9:51 p.m. The thought that I need to go to bed now, if I want to wake up at, 5, if I want to get 8 hours of sleep, I need to go to bed now and wake up at 6. I don't want to go to bed now. Dude, I want to go to bed at 2 a.m., but I also want to wake up at 4 so I have my whole day ahead of me. So we're back to this whole thing of fuck sleep, because all you do is just lay there and you don't do anything. You literally just lay there with your eyes closed and your mouth open and you go for 8 straight hours, bro. The fuck are we doing? I know we got to recharge. I'm not arguing that you shouldn't sleep. And I think we should sleep, and I think sleep is so important. But dude, fuck. Dude, I've said this before, but if you live to, for easy math, if you're born, you live to be 100, and let's say you sleep on average 8 hours a night, that's 33% of your life. That's a third of your life gone sleeping. 33% of your entire life gone. If you were to reduce that to 7, well, it's easier math. Reduce it to 6, that is a quarter of your life. So you just got 8 years back of life from sleeping 6 hours a night. Now, I'm fully aware, dude, that if you were to sleep 8 hours versus sleep 6 hours, I'm sure your quality of life would be much better at 8 hours versus 6. I'm fully aware. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying when you split the numbers up like that, it's a hard thing to just digest. Now, if you were to go 7, I guess that would be the middle, which would be 8, so it'd be 4, so it'd be 29. So it'd be 29 years of your life just gone. So 33 years of your life would be gone sleeping if you slept 8 hours a night. It's just, I don't know. When you think about the percentages like that and the hours, time spent doing each thing, I don't know, dude. Anyway, all that to say, I need to wake up. I just need to wake. I don't need to wake up at fucking 3:30. I definitely should wake up at 6:30. No later than 7, dude, for sure. Get my day going, I have all this time now, and I need to utilize it. And, well, the truth is, as long as I work for Mina, and I'm sure I'll get 4 hours by October, as long as that happens, I do not have to get a job. I do not have to go get, and when I say go get a job, it sounds so shitty. I don't have to go get another traditional 9 to 5, because Mina and what I'm doing for him and me having the debts paid off that I will be able to pay off in the next 4 months, and having reduced rent because I'm living with Lexi. And in case anyone's curious about the numbers, I'm not going to share anything on her behalf, because this podcast is my shit, right? I'm not going to share any of everybody else's private info. But we have discussed that since I make more hourly than she does, I should pay more for rent. And I think that's 100% fair. So, for example, just for easy math, if I make $100 an hour and she makes $50 an hour, and rent is $1,000, then I'm going to pay $750. She's going to pay $250, because I make, well, I think that would be Is that easy math? I don't know. Because I make, I don't know, that adds up though, because I bring home 100% more. Yeah, that is. She makes 50% less than me if that's the numbers we're using. So she's going to pay 50% less than me for, I don't know, dude. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. The math is fucked. But point is, if I make 100 and she makes 50 and rent is 1,000, then I'm going to pay 750. She's going to pay 250 because that's how the shit works. I don't know what the fuck it would be. I think that's actually way wrong, but I don't give a shit, dude. Point being is because I make more, I'm going to pay more. And I think that's fair. Where was I going with this? So rent right now for me solo is $1,850. Started at $1,800, but actually what happened was it started at, I think it was like $1,550 because originally, started at $1,650. Okay. On paper, it was $1,800, but I got a free month. So I divvied that month up between a full year. So it brought my rent to $1,650. Now that that's no longer and rent actually went up $50, I'm now paying $1,850. So kind of shitty. It is what it is. I am going to probably drop my rent from $1,850 to ideally as low as it can go, but probably like $1,400. Because if I'm paying $1,400 and Lexi's paying $900 or $1,000 or whatever the case may be, I don't even know what the numbers would be. If that's the hypothetical scenario that we're talking about, if I'm $1,500, she's $1,000, that's awesome. It just drops my rent by $350, which is great. That's just more money freed up for me to either just survive, buy food, save for date night, whatever. That's just more for me. And I guess it sounds bad, but more for us. But like in the context of what I'm talking about, it's more for me, right? So that's the behind the scenes on the financial shit. So between paying off a loan and having the rent lower and paying off a credit card and all that shit, I'm going to free up. So that would be $300. So I'm going to free up around $700 a month, which is awesome. And maybe even a little bit more, because if we're splitting utilities and we're splitting groceries to some extent, she's buying food for one person, I'm buying food for one person. We got to come together to buy food for two people. So I don't feel like that's going to drop that much. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. We're talking about that today. But anyway, I feel like I'm just rambling, dude. I'm so sorry, guys. As soon as this whole thing happened with Brian, I was like, bro. And now, obviously, I'm trying to be realistic. It's like, okay, I had a couple disagreements. It's like, boom, I can't just fucking bail out every time something gets hard or difficult or we disagree. I don't even feel like it's what it is. It's just like, dude, appreciate the work that I do. Give me a thank you. Give me a this is sick. Give me this is fucking cool. Don't just give me this is too complex. Make it simpler. Dude, that's one thing that Mina just fucking kills at. He's like, hey, dude, notice this. You're killing it. Appreciate you. This is awesome. Dude, this is fucking sick. Great work. Hey, dude, you did great. Notice the response is the best checking response. Love it. Dude, oh, man. And what's the next thought that I have is, oh, Brian makes $10 million a year. How? Oh, man. Dude, I'm so ignorant to a lot, and I'm so naive to a lot. And there's just so much that I don't know. And I'm learning, and I probably sound like a fucking dumbass, and I get that, but like I'm a month in, 2 months in working for Brian, and I'm like, oh, I'm out, bro. How has he built what he's built, assuming treating people like he treats me? And it's not like he's treating me poorly. It's just like, communicate with me, bro. I don't know. I think I'm just being petty. I think I'm just being all pissy because I'm just so fucking frustrated. Anyway, so I'm going to commit right now to waking up tomorrow at 6. I'm going to go to bed. So right now it's 9:59 p.m., Friday, June 6th, 2025. I'm going to commit tomorrow to waking up at 6, so let's set an alarm and get that going right now. Okay, so let's delete this. So I got a lot of alarms on here. Delete all but one. So 6 a.m. Let's go 5:55. What's the alarm going to be? This one? Guys, have you heard this one? No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Yeah. Nice, all right. What's this one? Should be the intro for the show. Yeah, whatever. Let's just do this one. 5:55 a.m. and then we're gonna do 6 a.m. and that's it. Get the fuck out of bed. Let's do hits. Okay, let's make that go off every day. There's no reason for me to not wake up. Repeat. Every day. Dude, it's so much easier to set an alarm with Siri, Voice Crack City, than it is to actually do it. Because do people are still swimming? Hold on. What the fuck? Dude, it's pitch black outside, my boy. It's 10 p.m. People are swimming? Oh, they are literally leaving right now. Am I a humbug, dude? 10 o'clock, why are you swimming still? The fuck? Okay, anyway, so it's so much easier to set an alarm with Siri. Like, you have to go in here and you have to click new alarm, flip the time. Like, watch this. Siri, set an alarm for 7 a.m. every day. Done, dude. Done. And it's set for that's crazy, dude. Obviously, I don't want that, but it's also much easier to delete all alarms. You just say, hey, delete all my alarms. And it just deletes them all. So you don't have to swipe on them. So Siri's powerful as fuck sometimes, but anyway, yeah, I'm going to commit to waking up at 6 no matter what. Maybe get my gym shit going on in the morning. I've just been doing it late afternoon now. I don't know. I don't know. I got all this freedom now, and I want to just... Dude, I got so much I want to just figure the fuck out. And it just all starts with me, and I'm just years away from anything happening. And I think I just have to come to terms with that again. Because with fitness coaching, I felt like I was so close because I had that phone call with that guy. I actually ran into him at Lexi's Expo. It was pretty crazy. Had a sales call with this guy. I don't know what episode it is. But I said the words, yeah, the program is $1,500 for 6 months. What do you think? Or whatever. And when I said that, I was like, holy fuck. Because the thought that if he paid that, $1,500 would be sent my way like that. Now, obviously, I have to help him out for the next 6 months. That's business, right? But just the thought that I did that, and feeling so close to that moment happening, like so close, I just felt like everything was so within reach. Now, I'm glad it didn't because I'd still be helping that guy out. Probably still have 4 months left to go. And I probably wouldn't want to be doing it. I probably wouldn't be giving him the best service. I don't know, just what I think. And feeling so close to having that happen, going from that to now, it's like, I need to learn how to code, probably going to learn a good amount in the next 2 to 3 years. And I'm not going to be able to really build anything until then. It's a bummer, dude. It's just a bummer. Maybe that's just my own limiting beliefs. It's just my own self-perception of what I am able to accomplish. And I don't know. I mean, I'm doing cool stuff with Mina, but I want to code. Notion is badass. Wait. Oh, hold on. Before this ends, we are getting responses. We are getting responses in the group chat from this girl and Brian. So I says, this is what I'm talking. I says, dude, who am I? 2,500 years old. I says to him, I says. So I said, this is what I'm talking about. And I sent a screenshot of the original spreadsheet. And then he says, too complex, needs to be simpler. Format looks confusing by itself. It's not, bro. It's all good. Like, if you would just ask me questions like, hey, what does this mean? Can we move this over here? I'm not really sure what this means. This could be confusing. Can we move this? Or I'm not asking to, okay, whatever. I'm not going to go into this, but I do kind of want to hang out to see if there's any response from this lady. On a totally tooting my own horn, I guess maybe cocky thing to say, how the fuck do you not know how to make a spreadsheet, bro? Just to any human. It's columns, bro. It's a grid. Okay, being an asshole is over. It's fucking tic-tac-toe, bro. I don't know. Dude, everybody should know how to use a spreadsheet because everyone knows how to look at a calendar. Because at the top, you have a header, and that is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then below that you have the days. Those would be called cells in a spreadsheet. On the far left, maybe you have the week number. I don't know. That's a spreadsheet. Everyone knows how to use it. And it just, dude, formulas for the most part in Google Sheets and Excel and stuff like that, they're all fairly basic. And when I say that, I mean like you put in hours per week, that's the header, and you put a number. We'll just say 40. We'll say 10. And then you have a hourly wage, and that's $15. And then you have a formula that says whatever cell number the hours is in times whatever cell number the wage is in. So you say 10 hours times $15, and that's $150. And it's like, why? That's in a nutshell, that's pretty much all the shit that I make. A lot of the stuff actually gets really complex, but you don't see that, you just see the number. And so, okay, me being an asshole is done. I get frustrated, bro. Okay, there's no response in the group. I have motion at my front door for my Ring camera. Who's here? Fucking bee or a fly just moving on my shit. All right, guys, that's it. Operation Get My Shit Together is now in full effect. We're going to wake up. We're going to get going. So, okay, that's it. Love you guys. Thanks so much for listening. It's a big rant. Anyway, peace.